Oh hey, didn't see you there. It's me, Lee Guppy, and I'm back again. And today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about my opinions on the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer beta. As of right now, I think it's a pretty fun beta. I would just want to get this out there and say that I do thoroughly enjoy the game, although I do notice that it does have a few like jarring issues that I think need to be addressed in order for it to shine as the game that I'd want it to be. In this video, I'm gonna kind of talk about how like the general. First, I want to talk about like the general things that I think need to be addressed, and then I'm gonna talk about 6v6, which is the normal multiplayer mode, Combined Arms, which is the 12v12 mode, and then also the new game mode, which is called the Operation, Fire Team Dirty Bomb. So let me get started in what I think it needs to generally be fixed. So first thing I noticed kind of is the netcode of the game. I honestly like, if I'm just gonna put this out there, I think that this game is good, but I think it definitely needs a delay. I think that it's a little bit of a rushed game, and the netcode kind of shows that. You can kind of see like there's a lot of the main complaint I see is shoot first, die first. You shoot first at the enemy, and then you die first at the enemy, or like you'll start shooting at the enemy, and none of your bullets are registering, and then they just come out of nowhere and shoot you. I think that's like a main, really big issue with the game, and obviously there's not enough time. Oh, is it 3 weeks? I think there's not enough time to fix that within the time frame that they have. I think if the game could be delayed until like December or January, that'd be great, because I think Modern Warfare is a game that will be able to hold its own until then. It's not like it's a dead game right now, because people very much play it. Another thing that I am surprised about, I really hope this is just a beta thing and that they just don't want to show us all the operators, are that like why are the operators not separate like in Modern Warfare? Like the fact that you can choose Woods and be on the Soviets makes no sense to me. Why are there 5 Woods fighting Soviets fighting for the Soviets? That's one thing I noticed in Modern Warfare. Like sometimes I'll be playing and then I see like, I don't know, I forgot the shirtless guy. I'll see him on the enemy team, and I know that that's the enemy because he's only allowed to be on that team, and I'm on the team where I can be Captain Price or something like that. But no, the fact that you can be like Woods on the CIA and then also Woods on the Spetsnaz, it makes no sense to me. I think that's just like, I really hope that's just a beta thing and they just didn't want to show off all of the operators. And that's what I'm kind of banking on. I think that's going to be fixed, which I'm not too worried about. I'm not going to make such a big gripe about that. One thing, the snipers overall in this game need to be rebalanced. I see the little sniper glare, and I just don't even try to fight the person. I just know I'm going to die because these snipers are so absurdly overpowered. They zoom in too fast. When you shoot at them when they're zoomed in at you, they don't flinch at all, and they'll just shoot you and you die right away. They're incredibly strong, incredibly fast, and it's something they need to be changed. I'm sorry, but those things need to be changed, in my opinion. Another thing that I've noticed are the animations and gun sounds are just a step back. Like, it's not like the end of the world for me. I don't care that much. But you can definitely tell that these guns don't sound nearly as good as the ones in Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare definitely was a game where it seems like that they took care of themselves, cared more about the making the game sound and look good. And this game, you can kind of see that's where like you can kind of see the rushness where the gun sounds don't sound that great. The animations aren't nearly as good. But other than that, like I mean, like I said, it's not that bad to me. I don't think it's that bad of an issue, that big of an issue. I do think the guns are pretty well balanced. I seem to do good with all the guns, so that's a good kudos for Treyarch. However, like I mentioned, the snipers I think are in a bad spot, but otherwise I think everything else is pretty well balanced. Maybe the pistols. I think the pistol, because there's no reason to use a pistol when you have the Spaz 12 with the other shotgun, the stakeout. Like, there's no reason to use the pistols because pistols are outclassed by that every single time. Another thing I want to mention are I think the score streak system is just a mess. I think that needs to be either completely reworked or just go back to a normal score streak system or just go back to the kill streak system. I think that it's just way too much score. I think it's like what is it, 1,000 score for a UAV, and the fact that like you can go on like a 8 kill streak and still not get a UAV is absurd to me. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I think that the score streak system definitely needs a rework. Maybe like honestly, why don't they just keep it? What I was thinking is give everyone the chance to get a UAV. Who cares? Everyone gets a chance to get a UAV. Make the UAV how it is like right now, and then change the score system back to like what it normally is. But that's just for like the higher streaks. Like make the lower end streaks like something that you can always earn. So like the worst players can feel like they're doing something by giving you the UAVs or something like that. I think that's a very. I just think honestly, I think the kill streak system from Modern Warfare was fine. I don't think it was that bad, and I don't really care that much about the score streak system because even if you're capturing objectives, it doesn't even help you that much. The thing is like that you get most of your score from killing anyways, so just make it a kill streak system or something like that. Another thing is I see people complaining about grenades and how they take forever to throw, but the fact that they're so strong, I think the throwing is alright. I think that the field mic is a little bit of an issue. I don't understand why you would use any other field upgrade. I just think the field mic is by far the best one, but I think that's definitely something that they're looking to nerf and stuff like that. Sorry about that. Stim shot. I think stim shot. I think it just needs a nerf. I think it should just be like how it is in Modern Warfare, where you get 2 of them, and that's it for your life, unless you have that one perk. I think in this game it is called Quartermaster. Because the fact that it just automatically regenerates, and it regenerates so fast, it just basically feels like Black Ops 4. And like I'll be in a gunfight, shoot that person, I rush them, and they have full health, and they just instantly die and instantly kill me. It's just, I just don't think the stim shot needs to be in this, or it can be in the game, but I don't think it needs to be as powerful as it is right now. Let's see what else I have written down here. Oh yeah, on PC, I will just say this is just, I play on PC primarily. The aiming, just the aiming in general, and I'm not really looking at the aim assist for like console players or controllers in general, because like I say, I play mouse and keyboard. But from what I've heard that the aim assist is pretty bad, so that should be something that should be looked at. Other than that, that's kind of like all of the complaints I want to get out of the way for the game. I think that, like I said, I still think the game's a lot of fun, and I do think that it has a lot of potential. One thing, like I mentioned before, that I really do like is I think the balancing for the guns is pretty good. I think that is, I think most of the guns are pretty good so far. I've had, and they're pretty fairly balanced. Like I like the AK, but I also have friends that like the XM4 or Commando, whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that. I think the kill streaks are just lethal enough to be fun. Like, yes, the artillery strike is a little strong, but it's a kill streak. It's a high kill streak. You have to earn it, and I think it's worth it for that. But I'm gonna move on here to the 6v6 game mode and what I think of it. Personally, I like the 6v6 game mode. I think 6v6 excuse me, sorry, I have something in my throat. I think 6v6 is a really good way of playing this game. They had the normal game modes basically, so it was domination, hardpoint, kill confirmed, team deathmatch. Team deathmatch and kill confirmed are kind of they're fun, but I don't really care for them because you can't really. It's not like objective play, and you can't really know where people are going to be going because there's no like a main objective they have to go for. Domination played all right, and I think hardpoint was really where it shined. One thing I liked in hardpoint in this game was that you could see where the next hardpoint was going to be, so you can kind of like if you have it locked down, you can kind of move a couple of your teammates to the new area. So I liked what they did there with that. I think that was a thing back in Black Ops 4, but I'm happy they brought it back. And then also the halftime and domination is also very nice. I used to think it was kind of pointless, and then now I play it, and it's nice just to get like a little break in between, and each team gets each side of the map, which is pretty fair and balanced, I would say. But so far, all the maps I think are pretty fun. I think I like Satellite. Satellite's one of my favorite maps. Miami, honestly, like I'm one of the few that thinks Miami is a fun map. I know a lot of people think it's pretty bad, but I think it's fun. Personally, I always do good. The gameplay you're seeing right now is on Miami, of course, and then Cartel is good. I think Cartel works better in the 6v6 map than a 12v12. And then the last map was, I think Moscow was the last one. I don't think I said that one. Moscow's a good map. I do like Moscow. But then later on in the beta, they brought in Control, and I think Control is a fantastic mode. However, I think it needs some tweaking. The one thing that I notice is it is almost impossible for the attackers to win around. I think the attackers either need to get like 36 lives, so basically an extra team, or just more time in general, because they don't really have more time. So if they try to play like a little bit strategic, they don't have enough time. They have to like kind of dogpile on the point just to make sure that they can capture it and get extra time for the other point to capture. And then they just lose a bunch of lives, and then the defense team is at a huge advantage because they have more lives than them. So I think that either they need to get like one extra team or more time, or maybe both. I think that it's a great mode, has a lot of potential, but I just think that that is the main issue here. I think it worked well in Black Ops 4 solely because of Specialist. Specialist gave you the ability to like kind of turn the tides of a whole game just with one special move. This game you don't have Specialist, so I think that's what the main problem is here with only having 30 lives and 30 lives. But other than that, I think it's a good mode. And then but 6v6, I do think is the best way of playing this game, or the most balanced way of playing this game, not the best way. But moving on, I'm going to talk about the 12v12 combined arms game mode. In this game mode, during the beta, we had 3 maps, which were Crossroads, Armada, and Cartel. And then there was also the Domination and Assault game mode. Domination was fun, but I think this game mode really shines with Assault. I think Assault was a lot of fun. I think that they really brought it back in a great way here, and I think the 12v12 was like the perfect number. In Modern Warfare, I personally hated Ground War. I never understood the appeal that a lot of bigger YouTubers had in it. I just didn't think it was fun. I just thought that it was too many people, had no real objective really, and then I just feel like I wasn't doing anything the whole game. In this game, I think it's a lot more fun. I think the maps are the perfect size for 12v12, and it's just overall really fun game mode. Armada is probably one of my favorite maps. I think it's such a cool concept. I love the swimming being brought back. Like, it gives you a little bit of 3D movement, but not really. And then also those zip lines across the boats. It's a lot of fun. I will say though, the snipers on that map do cause me a lot of rage. I will say, like, I don't know why it does, but they're just rampant on. Oh, I know why it is, because that map is a really good sniping map. But like, they just give me so much rage because I always die from them. But otherwise, like, it's a lot of fun, and I think that Armada's a great map. Crossroads, however, is what I think is a terrible map. I think Crossroads is not a fun map. So like, let's say you're playing Assault, the first point's in the middle. You capture the first point, you have to run to the second point. Yes, like I normally do. But the second point, you literally have to run through a no man's land, and literally everyone on the team will die right there, just trying to go to the next point. So it's really hard to capture the next point after that. And then the point after that is fine. Those 2 points are kind of balanced after you capture the first one, but going from the middle point to the first point in the enemy base is super hard as the attacking team, just because of that like no man's land in the middle. But it's a lot of fun to get like a lot of kills if you're hiding back and just like camping it, which is, it's kind of hard to see which one I like here and which one I don't like. And then the last map is Cartel. I think Cartel it's fun, but I think it's a much better map in 6v6. The fact that it's on both kind of like proves like something, like how it plays 6v6. It can play 6v6 perfectly fine, but then they do 12v12 and it's just kind of a cluster right there. This one is the only map of the 3 where I prefer Domination over assault because everyone's more dispersed throughout the map opposed to everyone's going to one main control point. So I think that map plays a lot better in domination than in assault. But moving on, last thing I kind of want to talk about. Actually, I'm going to add on the gunsmith at the end of this. But last thing I want to talk about for game mode wise is Fireteam Dirty Bomb. I think Fireteam Dirty Bomb is one of the most fun modes that Call of Duty has ever added to the game. I know it's like a lot like Plunder, but it's just more than Plunder in my opinion. So basically, you jump in. It's 10 teams of 4. So you're in a squad with your friends, and it kind of has the same mechanics of Warzone and Blackout, I would say. Because like you have the same armor system, you can pick up stuff from crates around the map and everything like that. But one thing about it is that there's like, I think it's like it's like 8 different bombs, and you kind of have to go around and plant. You have to find uranium, which comes from the boxes. Load up the bomb with 20 uranium and then blow it up. And it's a lot of fun. However, from when I play it now, I just get way too many what's it called? Too many kill streaks are up at the air at all times, which sometimes it doesn't bother me, sometimes it does. It really depends where I am on the map. And then the other thing is, I think with less and less bombs, I think the detonation timer should be decreased more and more. So like if there's only 1 bomb left, it shouldn't be the same amount of time to plant it as it is to plant when there's like 8 bombs. Just because it makes it super hard just to get a plant at the end, because everyone's landing on you. There's really no spawn punishment if you keep dying over and over again. You just kind of have to wait 8 seconds, which isn't long, and then you can literally parachute on top of the bomb and kill the person if they're planting it. I think that's a little bit of an issue, which is the spawning system. I think from what I've watched in other videos, saying like if your team dies like a squad wipe, that squad should not be able to spawn where they were last. They should be forced to spawn somewhere farther away on the map and stuff like that. And then also just in general, like it should be a lot like with the last bombs, it should have a longer spawn delay. I think you should be more punished for that, but it's a beta, I understand that, and I think that was the main complaint I have of Fireteam Dirty Bomb. Other than that, like I said, I think Fireteam Dirty Bomb is one of the best modes they've added. But going on, I wanted to talk about the Gunsmith. The Gunsmith in this game is, I mean, pretty much very similar to what Modern Warfare has to offer. Like, you have all this, you have the primary, secondary, tactical, lethal. The field upgrade is in this now, which I think it's kind of useless having it here. I think it's fine to just do it how Modern Warfare did it. Perks all here. I think the perk balance is pretty good, I think. And then in this, they add the wild card. This is where it kind of gets interesting with the wild cards. So you have Danger Close, which extra lethal equipment and extra ammo, which is balanced, I would say. That one's balanced. Lawbringer, that's basically just your overkill, which is good. Gunfighter is unlock 3 additional attachment slots for your primary weapon. So this gives you basically can put an attachment from every single thing. Why would you use Danger Close if Gunfighter is an option? That's one thing I thought. And then there's Perk Greed, which gives you an extra perk from each category. Why would you use Danger Close if you have Perk Greed? I think like this is definitely just a lot better. I think the wild cards just have a lot of unbalancing. I think the only 2 like viable ones really are Gunfighter and Perk Greed. Lawbreaker is a good one if you really want like an SMG for your secondary or something like that. But realistically, Gunfighter and Perk Greed are the 2 go-tos I normally go with. But then here we open up the actual. I'm just gonna use the Commando as a frame of reference. But here we open this up. My biggest gripe is like, not with the optics. All the optics are fine, but like every single gun has the exact same names for their attachments, if you haven't noticed, like agency suppressor, infantry compensator, and stuff like that. And then let's go here. Agency suppressor, infantry compensator, suppressor, stuff like that. Like, it's all the same thing. Like, the barrel, they're all the same thing. You have the paratrooper, takedown, ranger, cavalry lancer, extended. Let's go to the MP5. Paratrooper, takedown, ranger, cavalry lancer, extended. It's just the effort that was put into the gunsmith, I think, was far less what I say, far less detailed than what it was in Modern Warfare, and it really shows. Like, all these are the same if you go into the here and you go to the, like, the MP5 one. It's just they all, and I like how they show you like the exact percentage wise in this game opposed to Modern Warfare. They kind of show you what exactly it does, and I still think it's a good system. I just think it's kind of lazy in the fact that, like, all the guns have the same attachments, and there's not really a gun that has different attachments besides for, like, the only ones that have different stuff are for the ammo reconfigurations. Other than that, they're all pretty much the same. I think that this could really use more of a, I want to say, not personalization, like, basically just a little bit more of a rework. I think my biggest concern right now is the wild cards. I think the wild cards are just a little much, but other than that, I love the art style of the gunsmith. Like, I just really like how it looks, like how all the perks are on, like, one's a lighter, one's a canteen, one's a 8-track player and stuff like that, or Walkman player. I think, but like I said, and the score streaks are all really fun. Like, sentry turret's really good, napalm strike's pretty good, artillery's amazing, air patrol's, I mean, it's good when there's people in the air. War machine's insane, attack helicopter's good, and then the chopper gunner's fun. But like I said, spy plane wise is 1,000, stuff like that. Well, anyway, right now I'm just rambling, so I think I'll just kind of end it here. Let me know what you think of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Right now, I think it has potential to be an amazing game. However, I think it just needs a delay. I think it really needs a delay, as much as that pains me to say, because I really like this game. But I think it really needs a delay just to be able to improve some of the things that I've mentioned earlier. Other than that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And Guppy out.